Um, Hello, Lakers fans. How are we doing? Um, Difficult loss, right? Difficult. And I was yelling at the bench, at the Lakers bench, from the screen. Obviously, they couldn't hear me. Um, so I want to discuss, you know, the three reasons why the Lakers lost um, to this Grizzlies team, and first one is the energy. Obviously, the Grizzlies is the second youngest team in the NBA. They can run, they can defend, they can shoot the three ball, but they are particularly um, intense on the defensive end and the offensive end. And if you saw the game, that was very evident. So, yeah, I mean, um, I would definitely say that the one reason is energy. Um, the other reason is that um, and these other two reasons have to do with the coaching. For those who don't like me criticizing um, Frank Vogel, you should not listen to the rest of this live because I'm gonna be hard on him. It doesn't mean that he's a bad coach, but it means that he has certain tendencies of being a little bit uh, boneheaded with his approach, especially on the offensive end. But it was really, really weird to me that he did that on the defensive end in this game too. So here are the two other reasons. I would say one of the reasons, and we know this, and whoever have criticized Frank Vogel knows that one of the main reasons that I'm always a little bit in the critique mode with him is the rotations. Really bad rotations. If nobody's working and Taylor Horton Tucker is the other guy that is doing damage to the Grizzlies defense, don't take him off when he's hot. That's one thing. The other thing is why didn't Trevor Ariza play from the beginning? I understand Stanley Johnson is a really good defender, But Trevor Ariza is also a really good defender, and he can shoot the three. And against this team, you have to be able to shoot the three. And the other thing is the scouting. If you know anything about the Grizzlies, is that they have been able to dominate Golden State because of their hard-nosed defense. And because they play really well against small ball. So why in the name of sanity you are going to play small ball against them? It doesn't work. You have to challenge Triple J. Jared Jackson Jr. is gonna eat you alive if you don't have a tall guy who can defend him. And we do. We have Dwight Howard. And I don't know if you saw this, but when Dwight was at the end of the game put there, he started grabbing boards. He started becoming a problem for the defense. He started making plays in the defensive plays that were key. And, this is something that you need to scout, man. You need to scout these teams. I mean, you have a whole team. You are a guy who's and I'm talking about Frank Vogel, who started as a the videotape guy for scouting teams. So it's right up his alley. So you can't come with a small ball and pretend to get a win with this team in particular. And I'm pretty sure that anybody who is going live right now, aside from me, is also thinking and talking about the same thing. So there are the three things. One, the energy. That the unmatched energy that the Grizzlies brought to not only this game, to every game they are playing. They are not intimidated by stardom. They are not intimidated by teams like the Golden State Warriors. They are not intimidated by anybody. So it's not a given to win with them, especially when they came to this game with 8 wins in a row, and they got the 9 in this game. Then, so there's the first one, the energy. The second one, the bad rotations again. They needed a big center and they didn't get it, and that's also the third thing is the scouting. It didn't look like the Lakers did any scouting at all, and it was interesting because they asked Frank Vogel in the pregame interview if he had any plans to kind of scout this team for possibility of facing them in the playoffs. And I know he had to do some scouting because for this game in particular, he answered the right way, because he said that in the playoffs they may not have the same personnel, and so it won't apply whatever he scouts for here. But there's a general scouting that you do, and in the general scouting, you know that small ball does not work with the Grizzlies. You have to dominate them on the boards. You have to be able to defend people that jump high, that are always looking for rebounds. They are always looking to do something on the defensive end. They are a hard-nosed team. So all that stuff, you got to prepare for that in general. Aside from the matchups that you can have, you got to prepare for the general things that this team is known. And the Lakers played like they didn't even care about that. Like, we're going to play small ball no matter what. Well, it didn't work in this game. It didn't work because it doesn't work with them. And that's why I criticize that scouting, because it didn't look like there was any scouting at all. They try to stop Ja Morant. That's all they try to do. And it didn't work. Because Ja Morant is a playmaker. He's a good passer. He's gonna get his points no matter what you do. But the Lakers concentrated so much in trying to stop Ja. But what do you do with Triple J? If you double Ja, you're going to have somebody alone. And there's a few three-point shooters in this team. Good players, young players. You have to look. Why do you have Ken Basement coming at the end also? I mean, offensively, maybe he can't give you enough. But in terms of energy and defensively, he can give you a different look. Like, you got to understand, one of the things about small ball that have worked for the Lakers is that teams don't know how to handle it. But that's not the case with this team. This team knows how to handle small ball. That's why they beat the Golden State Warriors. That's why, and they are a very, very efficient team. So you gotta come with a strategy to win this game. Not only because you are trying to create momentum in a time where you can't lose that many games anymore, but you also need to start sending a message that this team has everything for everybody. And I don't think Frank Vogel reacts that fast to the things that are obvious to everybody that he needs to do. So I don't know. I don't know why this is something that is not going through that. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. And the other thing is, please, some consistency. We still not having that consistency, except for LeBron. The 37-year-old guy has more energy than anybody else in this team. And then there's this other bad game for Westbrook. And the only reason I am hard on Westbrook is because he's getting paid. He's getting paid. I think he's getting paid more than Davis, and he is not showing it every night. He shows it some nights, and people are going to say, well, all these Westbrook fans who are now Laker fans, or these Laker fans that are mostly Westbrook fans. Let me tell you something. I don't care how many triple doubles you can make if that doesn't translate to winning games. Understand what I'm saying? Don't tell me in the comments that, but Westbrook did another triple double. He's doing his job. He's getting paid more than Anthony Davis, I think. I'm not sure. But he's one of the big three. And he is not playing like that. I'm going to stop it right here because I don't even know if I'm getting comments. I don't think they're showing up here. I have this problem with the comments on certain places. A lot of the comments that I was getting were from Periscope, and Periscope died. And Prism, which is what I use for these lives, haven't done anything to put Twitter into their system. So, there's nothing else for me to say. You can clearly see that I'm not happy about this loss, but I understand how it happened. And so, there's nothing else to add. So, take care of each other. May God bless you all. And go Lakers. Bye-bye.